So, one of my favorite types of media is the making of documentary. That's basically the documentary where they show you how they made a movie, video game, comic, whatever. Just like the entire, like they usually just film someone as they're making something, and then they show you the process. Like for instance, there was this documentary called The Empire of Dreams, which is a Star Wars documentary that basically documents the entire process of the making of the original three Star Wars films. The A New Hope, Return of the Jedi, blah, Empire Strikes Back, those three films. And it tells like the grueling story of George Lucas being like the one loner guy who believes in this kind of star space opera thing that no one else believes in, and he's going against everybody, against the studio executives, against his own crew. His own actors don't even believe in what he's making. His own special effects artists don't believe in what he's making. No one believes in what he's making, but he is. But he just keeps on going against the grain, against everything, and eventually it becomes a success. And that's like the story. And they really weave a great tale about that. And it's really fun to watch. So yeah, I love those kinds of documentaries and I especially love it when they go into like intricate details, like when they're comprehensive about the way that they like show the process of making that. And so one of my favorite of these types of documentaries is actually one that is currently available on YouTube. It's called The Double Fine Adventure. And in order to explain it, I have to do a little bit of backstory. So there's this guy. His name is Tim Schafer. Tim Schafer is the creator of, or the writer of a lot of really famous point-and-click adventure games. Like, I think he was on the writing staff of the original Monkey's Island, on Monkey's Island 2, Full Throttle, Grim Fandango, just a bunch of really top-tier, high-quality point and click adventure games. And he wanted to make another point and click adventure game, but studios kind of didn't really want to fund him making that adventure game because they thought that adventure games were dead. They were a dead genre because they had been dead since the late 90s when Grim Fandango came out. Grim Fandango was like the last one that had any success whatsoever, and even it had very, very small modicum of success. And so they were like, no, we're not going to do that. And so instead, Tim Schafer, he goes to Kickstarter. He starts a Kickstarter saying, I'm going to make an adventure game from start to finish, and I'm also going to film the entire process and make it into a documentary. And anybody who funds this Kickstarter will get to see that documentary. And so I think he set like a goal, a humble goal of like $150,000, maybe $200,000. Well, that Kickstarter goal was exceeded by like 40 times. He got 40 times the amount. He got $4 million, I think. $4.6 million, some ridiculous number like that. And so he was going to make this documentary. And then he did. He got his studio, which was Double Fine, and he filmed the entire making of this game, this brand new point and click adventure game. And it's one of the most comprehensive documentaries about the making of something that I've ever seen. Like, it goes from literal start, before there is even an idea for a game. He shows you how he comes up with ideas for games, all the way to the end, with every single detail in place. And it's just an amazing documentary. I would highly recommend anybody who is an artist or anybody who wants to just know more about the process of making something, anybody who wants to be a game designer, just like anybody who just is interested in any kind of creative process should watch this documentary because it's really inspiring and really fun to watch. And it is so long. It is 20 episodes. And every episode is at least 20 minutes long, and some of them are 40 minutes long. Some of them are an hour long. This is like over 10 hours of content. It's great. And it's all like different. It's all going into different aspects of it. And it shows you like the whole timeline and all the stress, all the money stress. It shows everything. It's great. I would highly recommend anybody watch it. So that's all I have to talk about today, folks. This has been the Kokino Podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I don't know. That's fine. You don't have to enjoy it.